Hey everybody, NG5 here, and welcome to day 8 of my Halo streaming thing. And yeah, today I'm going to be reviewing the Twilight Zone. I'm going to be taking a look at the original and the 3 reboots that have been around for quite some time. What you saw was the opening, and I guess in a way, the intro to this live stream to the 1985 Twilight Zone. That was the first reboot of the Twilight Zone. So I'm going to be taking a look at the TV series. I know that there's a radio series, but yeah, we're going to be taking a look at the originals plus the other ones. And I think from here on out, nothing against the people watching. If you have something you want to share regarding the subject at hand, then I'll let you in. Otherwise, if it's regarding like stories in the States or something along those lines, I'm not upset. It's just I want to keep it on point here. So that's what I want to get off right now. I'm not upset, just saying. If you have something related to the Twilight Zone, by all means. If not, just sit back and relax. So let's get into it. The Twilight Zone began in 1959, the original series anyway, and ran for 5 seasons with 156 episodes. And it ran from 1959 to 1964. And there are, it looks like 4 really good episodes that have like stood out, and they are To Serve Man, It's a Good Life, and then The Invaders and Time Enough to Last. Now, the whole idea of the Twilight Zone is something surreal. You wouldn't expect it to happen, but it does anyway. One of the ones that one of my friends mentioned was called Mr. Dingle the Strong. Yes, that's his name. I'll point out 3 episodes that were really good, in my opinion, and then also 3 episodes that were honestly kind of bad. So, let's see. Give me a second, because there's one that I have to look up that I remember kind of vividly. Okay, so here's my one of my personal favorites. Let's see. Yep, this is it. It's called Time Enough at Last. Time Enough at Last was in the last season, and it was episode 4. This one is about a man in his 40s named Patrick McNulty who finds a pocket watch. And what's interesting about the pocket watch is that, well, it's actually a stopwatch. The stopwatch, whenever you push a certain button, will actually freeze time. It'll freeze everything except the watch holder. Let's see. The only downside with the stopwatch is while you're talking, no one else can hear you. Everything stops except for you. However, the guy McNulty winds up becoming kind of corrupted, and he wants to use it for his own selfish needs, and decides to go like calmly rob a bank. But unfortunately, when he goes and does that, he winds up accidentally breaking the stopwatch. And what happens is, because, it breaks, everything's permanently frozen, and he's trying to basically tell everyone to start moving, despite the fact no one can hear him. That one I really like. That one's really good. Let's see. What's another good one that I... Well, the one that a lot of people remember, it's in the same season, is Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. This is the one that starred, I believe, let's see, was it... Yeah, William Shatner. William Shatner was the lead role, and that was one of his like, propelling moments. So Nightmare 20,000 Feet, basically, let's see. Shatner's character is Robert Wilson. Robert Wilson's character keeps thinking he sees a gremlin on an airplane. He keeps getting more and more paranoid, eventually to the point where he opens up the plane doors, emergency doors, and tries to shoot the gremlin with a revolver. But unfortunately, everyone thinks he's gone completely crazy, and as he's being carted away, the crew looks over the airplane, but then there's these claw marks, and this crazy damage to one side of the plane, and they're like, "Wow, maybe he was right." So those are two from season 5 that stand out the most. Let's see. What else is there? Because there's some really good ones in here. Another one. The other one that stands out to me is Dead Man's Shoes. Dead Man's Shoes is from season 3, and it's basically about this guy. It's a homeless guy. His name is Nate Bledsoe. And he picks up these shoes from a dead mobster. What happens is when he puts on the shoes, he takes on the personality of that mobster. Let's see. But the whole thing, it keeps cycling because whoever dies with the shoes on and the next person picks them up, they pick up that personality, which is kind of cool. Let's see. So that's from the original Twilight Zone series, which is actually really good. I was thinking for this review that I was going to do like a Rod Serling style intro, but I'm thinking, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And what's interesting about Dead Man's Shoes is it was remade twice. Once in the 1985 series in the first season, and then again in the 2002 TV series. Let's see. I'm looking it up right now. I'm actually not going to go into the other ones. Another one that's really popular from the original series is The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. That one is essentially a paranoia kind of thing, where the moment our technology, and it's kind of scary because this was done like back in the 50s and 60s, and basically what happens is the moment we lose our technology and means of communication, we'll resort to primal instincts, which is kind of scary. And, that also might unintentional death to our own friend. It sets a bunch of paranoia. Another one that pops out is The Dummy. That one is pretty crazy. Like I said, one of the most famous ones is To Serve Man. That one's a good one. That's season 3. Let's see. What? The Obsolete Man. That's a season 2 episode. That's the finale of season 2. And that one is really good. I suggest looking that one up because that's kind of a 1984 kind of Twilight Zone episode, which is kind of scary when you think about it. Let's see. Little Girl Lost, I think. Yeah, that one is actually put into the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, which I'll explain later. But enough about the original version. Let's look at the first reboot, or rather, I'll tell you about the first reboot. The Twilight Zone, 1985. This one lasted 3 seasons, 65 episodes. Charles Aidman was one narrator, and then Robin Ward was the other narrator. This lasted from 1985 to, it looks like, 1989. Let's see what goes on in this one. Some of these episodes are actually just like remakes of things, but they include new people like Bruce Willis. Shatter Day. A man accidentally dials his own phone number, which is answered by his alter ego. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Who else would be in here that you might hear? But yes, the 85 version kind of is a little obscure because I haven't watched a whole lot of the 85 Twilight Zone episodes, but I do want to in the worst way because they each have their own unique spin on things. Oh, Morgan Freeman was in the episode Dealer's Choice. And how about that? Wes Craven was actually the one who directed it. That's kind of cool. Looks like Wes Craven was big with the 85 TV series. That's kind of cool. The Master of Horror decides to do that. That's pretty sweet. Let's see. I saw Morgan Freeman, Dealer's Choice. Group of friends playing cards suspect that their guest is the devil. That's a little scary. There's the dead woman shoes. I mentioned that a minute ago. The Uncle Devil Show. Who else is in here that you might that might catch a name? Because again, this is the 80s. Just looking. Button. This is from season 1, and this is episode 20. A stranger gives a down-and-out couple a box with a button on it. He states that if they press the button, they will receive a large sum of money, but also that someone would die. And that was actually became the basis for the 2009 movie, The Box. So yeah, The Box was 2009, based on the short story Button, which was in the Twilight Zone. So that's kind of cool. You incorporate something like, let's see, what else? Again, I'm just trying to find a name. Shadowplay. In this remake of the 1961 episode, a man is convinced that reality as we perceive it is dependent on his staying alive. That's a little scary. Let's see, season 2. Again, I'm looking up to see if there's, let's see, The After Hours. That's another remake. Some of these are remakes of the original series. Hey, there's a name. Shelter Skelter. A survivalist, Joe Mantegna, and his friends find themselves cut off in his shelter after a nuclear bomb detonation. That Joe Mantegna might be a little familiar because Mantegna was Joey Zaza in Godfather Part 3, which I think is kind of cool. Let's see. Extra innings. Ex-baseball player Ed Hammer, lame from an injury, forced to retire early, is given a baseball card from the early 1900s that transports Hamner to the past to be the player he used to be. Nice. Let's see. 2020 vision. There was an old woman. The trunk. If you're wondering why I'm not talking a whole much about this, it's only because I haven't watched the whole 1985 series. A Game of Pool. That's the one from the original series. So in this remake of the 1961 a pool champion defeated everyone as pool except for a long dead Fats Brown. Yeah, I remember that one. The Wall. A military experiment opens the portal to an unknown place. Army calls upon a career soldier to investigate where he finds an idyllic planet. Basically, he found one of his own. Let's see, who else? Oh, they got Ed Mariano from the NFL to be in the season finale for season 3. All right, so 1985 definitely has some good episodes, although I do need to go back and watch them. But, you got Wes Craven, one of the big masters of horror, to do some of the directing, which is pretty cool. Now, let's see. Now, let's look at 2002. Forrest Whitaker is actually the narrator this time around, which is kind of interesting. And how many seasons were released? Only one. And I think I've seen a couple of them. Let's see. Dead Man's Eyes. Emotionally distraught widow, obsessed with bringing her dead husband's murderer to justice, discovers she can see his thrive in the events surrounding his death through his glasses. That's kind of cool. Let's see, how many episodes were there in total? 43. Sorry, I'm not talking a whole lot. I'm sorry. Eye of the Beholder. There's another remake. Because it's Rod Serling who did that one. Monsters Are on Maple Street. That's a remake of the original, which is really good. But instead of aliens, it's sleeper cell terrorists, which is weird. It's Still a Good Life. That's a sequel to the episode It's a Good Life. I'll talk about It's a Good Life here in a minute. And then there's one more reboot. The 2002 series didn't do so hot. It only lasted one season because, the 1985 version had some success. 2002 did not. I think it was just badly received. Now, the recent one is the Twilight Zone, and it is with Jordan Peele. You might recognize that name in the horror universe or through epic rap battles of history. This is going on for 2 seasons. Looks like 10 episodes each, and it started oddly on April 1st of last year, which I find kind of funny. Yeah, and they did a remake of Nightmare at 20,000 feet, but it's in modern times. Nightmare at 30,000 feet. I think there's a couple of remakes in here. I have seen a couple of the new Twilight Zone episodes, especially the Nightmare at 30,000 feet. Let's see. I mean, when you get into this, let's see, season 2, that's this year. Meet in the Middle, Downtime, The Who of You, Ovation. Among the Untrodden, 8. A Human Face. That's a little scary. An alien being takes the form of the dead daughter a couple lost as they move into a new. That's a little scary. A Small Town, and then Try. You might also like. That's a good one. A woman finds that she's losing time during the day, as are her neighbors who expect the arrival of a mysterious egg that's advertised as something they need. It's actually a sequel to the episode To Serve Man. Nice. So this is going to segue a little bit into, let's see. Hello there.
No one else joined, didn't they?
Well, there's one other person here, but I don't know who he is. Pennsylvania Railroad 520. Hold on, let me ask who he is in the private chat. Well, the only way that they could have gotten in here is through the link. So I'm trying to think of who that could be. And James, you said you saw at least one of the Twilight Zone episodes, right?
Yes.
Which was
I don't. Something about Mr. Dinkle?
that's such a weird name nowadays, but yeah, it's Mr. Dingle the Strong.
Yes.
I lol at his name. Let's see. Apparently, this guy's name is Leo. Let me see. Hold on. Let me add him. See what happens. Okay, he's here. His mic is muted, but whatever. But yeah, Mr. Dingle the Strong. I think that was a season 1 or season 2 episode. But yeah. And I don't know if you saw the 1998 movie regarding the Tower of Terror, James, or no.
I didn't see it.
You must seize it.
Yeah. No.
It's only based on the Tower of Terror, dude.
I don't feel like it.
Why don't you ask me later, Chris? Well, I don't understand. I gave you the chair. Rub your putrid feet. But anywho,
You gave me a cereal box with names on the front of it.
Anyway, in terms of like the Twilight Zone, and I'm just speaking from experience and all that, so bear with me, James. Honestly, I think you and I can both say, despite you only seeing one episode, that the original Twilight series is probably the best of the bunch.
Well, I'm not a very big fan of the series, so I'm not 100% with anyone on that topic.
Oh. One thing I will say is, while the 2002 series is okay, the fact that it had such poor reception, the 2002 version really isn't worth watching. If anything, I would just say to the viewers, go watch the original version or the 1985 reboot. The reboot as of recent, it's meh, but I wouldn't advise it.
What he said.
Yeah. But this is what I was going to get into was this will segue into October 24th is the next time I'll talk about the Twilight Zone, and that's going to talk about my favorite ride before California Adventure decided to boot it out the door. Ah! It's like the equivalent of Sonic 06. Every time I think of Twilight Zone Tower of Terror and what happened to it out here in California, I just get really mad.
Uh-huh.
Hang on a second. There we go. So wait, James, are you saying that you've rode the Tower of Terror before?
Yes.
And you know, like?
It was exhilarating.
So you did have fun, yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I know some people who are peepees when it comes around it because they pee their panties. I mean pants. Well, that too. I do have.
You said panties the first time. You can't take it back now. People are going to rewind and laugh their asses off.
There's going to be that one person like, he said what?
They'll probably pee their pants anyways, laughing after you just said that.
Right, but I was saying the truth about the fact that there was that time my friends and we went on the ride or whatever. And wait, do you know this guy, Leo? James?
Yeah, he invited me to his HO server until Blair actually became a doc.
Okay, he's muted at the moment. Okay, whatever. But yeah, after the whole Guardians of the Galaxy crap here in California, my friends are like, "Come on, you gotta ride it, you gotta ride it." I'm like, "I don't wanna." "Come on, it'll be fun." "I don't wanna." come on, it's fine. And I literally I was staring at the camera and I held up the sign saying Tower of Terror is better than this piece of shit.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I wasn't happy to be on Guardians. I just felt that was a betrayal or whatever. It's like, that's my favorite ride. I don't want to have to fly to Florida to get that same experience.
Uh-huh.
But anywho, I will I might do a little bit of rearranging. I will talk about the Tower of Terror tomorrow. The one here, the one that used to be here in California, and then the one in Florida and the one in Paris. And I might lump the one in Japan in here because that one's unique. But in terms of the show, for anyone that watches this afterwards, I would recommend the original and the 1985 reboot because those are good. Those are very good. Don't bother with 2002. It sucks.
Yeah.
So do you have anything to say, James, before I call this live stream off regarding the ride or the episode you saw?
No, I got nothing.
Let's see. How can I send this off in a good way then? I put in the description the whole disclaimer bit, so give me a second.
What's up, people?
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay, he is alive apparently.
He's
James,
nice.
don't you recognize my voice?
Jay!
Duh. Who else do you think it was?
You said you were a Leo. How could you?
I wanted to, is it bad to say I wanted to play a classic Halloween prank called improvising as somebody else?
Well, I don't blame.
What? It's Halloween after all.
That's true. You put on Leo's mask, what?
Oh, fuck. I mean, you have to admit, I was kind of convincing with the whole Leo the E4 stuff, because you didn't really see me as anything else other than, like, a crazy Thomas fan.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised you're here, Jay, but that's good. I wanted to ask you... Well, Jay, I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever seen any Twilight Zone episodes?
Hold on, can I just go back and change real quick? Because this is just getting weird that they are obviously just going to be like, is this another J character? So hold on 1 second.
Okay. Alright, he'll be back. That was interesting. That was more like a Twilight Zone episode on its own. James, that was kind of the Twilight Zone thing all on its own.
That was a thing itself. I'm me. Don't you tell me who I should and shouldn't be.
No, I'm saying it's a little like a Twilight Zone episode. You know, you think it's one person and then it turns out to be someone else.
Well, that was just Jay being Jay. He's always the sort of gesture.
Well, that's true. And there he is.
And he's funny.
You were saying something?
Yes.
I was just saying that this feels a little like its own Twilight Zone episode. You're masquerading as someone else.
Is it bad to say I don't have that much knowledge of it, and yet I just did that for the hell of it?
Hey, why are you masquerading with an E2 smoke box door?
I was gonna say, why are you running? Why are you running?
No, I'm just trying to get away from you guys.
Wait, have you ever seen the Twilight Zone, Jay, or no?
That was special.
Is it bad to say I don't have that much knowledge? Is it bad to say that?
Not really. I was just curious if you knew about the show, though.
I really don't, to be honest.
I literally only seen one episode and literally know jack shit about it.
Yes.
Also, James, I was masquerading as an E4, which is a lot different than the E2, if I can show you a picture. But I can't because we're on a stream.
Well, excuse me, princess.
I am a princess. Oh god, that sounded weird.
We're live, you can't take it back, bitch.
God damn it.
It's been a while since I even talked about it in class.
Yes, I am a princess.
So anyway, what I'm getting at is I mentioned this a minute ago, Jay, is if you're not well versed in the Twilight Zone, I would suggest like binge watching it or something when you get some time. Like the original series, though, the 1959 to 1962. And if you're feeling a little more modern, go with the 1985 reboot or the 2019 reboot. 2002 absolutely sucks. The intro I showed early on was actually the 1985 intro. That's why I opened it up, the live stream up with. I might try to close it with something hinting for tomorrow. I'm gonna change it up the lineup or whatever. I forgot what I was gonna. Oh yeah, tomorrow I was gonna review Paranormal Activity and how much it absolutely sucks. But I can save that for later.
You know what can be used as the high of the stream?
Drugs?
Bitch, no. No, I was gonna say the high of the stream was I was masquerading as somebody, and these two didn't even know it.
Again, I say that's a Twilight Zone thing all on its own.
Ryan, do that, I will lose all respect for you and punch you.
But how can you do that through a TV screen?
Exactly.
Magic.
Oh shit!
No. Magic.
Is it bad to say that I'm totally not? I totally do not have. James. I totally don't have blueberry waffles with me right now. So
Hey. No. Magic.
Yeah, I have blueberry waffles.
Wait. Make sure that Luca doesn't hear that.
I'm going to kill you.
Wait, these aren't blueberry waffles. They're chocolate chip waffle. Oh shit.
Now you're dead.
Oh crap.
Anyway,
And then there was
so
Wacky
what?
Casey.
Okay, I'm gonna try to segue into something. Hang on.
I'm just diverting the stream away from what it was supposed to be.
It's fine. The whole thing I think is that you pulled a Twilight Zone by masquerading as someone else.
Yes,
See how me and Cheyenne went off topic yesterday.
Oh yeah, I was trying to talk about the Haunted Mansion or whatever, and then somehow wound up talking about some other crap.
wow, wow, James and I are magic.
Magic.
Magic, bitch.
Not like Thomas and the Magic Railroad magic. No, that's shitty magic. We're like Houdini magic.
Yeet.
Okay, give me a second here. Hold on, I gotta do something.
We don't use gold dust. It's the other kind of magic.
After this stream is over, Shine, I want to have a word with you.
I didn't do it, I swear.
It's nothing bad.
Okay, I'm actually...
Other questions about a certain something that will happen later on.
Okay, fine, but if that's the
Get
case,
to the money.
I'm gonna... Brett. Okay, for those that are gonna watch later, I know there's no one watching now, but that's okay.
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna...
Wait, can I...
All rights claim to Disneywood.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I love this ride, dude. I don't know that much about Twilight Zone, but I've heard of this damn ride.
I've only been on it once.
I went on this so many times, and tomorrow I'm gonna be talking about why I'm so pissed off at DCA for what they did. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream with this. Maybe a little bit after this ad is finished. It's an actual commercial, so there's no ad for an ad, which is nice. But I am NG5 and just
commercial trademark violation.
I already put the disclaimer. Shut up.
I know. No, that was a quote from Transformers.
Oh yeah. So guys, just say who you are, and then I'll play the ad. Just do it.
Time to play it.
Do it.
Fine.
Hollywood, California, the movie capital of the world. And when you want to hobnob with the stars, there's only one place to stay. The Hollywood Tower Hotel. Until that tragic night in 1939, when 5 people checked in, never to be seen again.
Welcome to the Hollywood Tower Hotel, where the elevator
I'll take you to 13.
shoots you straight up And when the doors open, you're in for the elevator ride of your life. Enter a new dimension of fear.
Hollywood Tower Hotel.
The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. A 13-story plummet, faster than gravity itself. Straight down through the historically haunted Hollywood Tower Hotel. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror at the Disneyland Resort May 5th.
You can't miss it.
Drop in if you dare.
So, what did you think?
I think you scared one of the babies.
It was kind of lame, to be honest. Who am I kidding? That was actually interesting.
Yes. But yes, ladies and germs, that's what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. I'm going to include all of them. I'm going to include the one that used to be here. I'm still angry about that 3 years later. I'll be talking
I
about
am
the one
so sorry for joining so late.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Also, I'm sorry if you're hearing some in the background. There's a gardener outside, and he has to use the weed whacker.
I thought that was a vacuum cleaner.
Shut up,
Grandma! Anyway, so ladies and germs, tomorrow what I'll be talking about is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. However, I will be including the one in Japan only because it's very unique to the other ones. I'll explain why in that what is that? In that episode tomorrow.
Also, a disclaimer before we end this video is the fact that a certain short has already gotten a little bit started.
Ooh.
Don't mess it up. Do not say what it is, Shine. I swear to God, we're not spoiling.
I won't. And James, that goes double for you.
I didn't even know anything about any
Don't
shorts.
say anything.
Anyways, guys, I'm just gonna put that out there, but yeah. So get ready for when it finally comes out.
You make it sound like it's a Twilight Zone episode all on its own.
Who says I don't, my darling?
You know you just said that live, right?
Get out of here, bitch, for no one likes you.
I honestly, I really don't care, but I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun, guys. So don't take me here seriously.
No, I know, and I know that feeling. You feel really, you're in a good mood and you don't care.
We used to do these a lot, but now we just don't.
But yeah, tomorrow, guys, I will be reviewing, and I hope these two schmucks will join me as I review the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
I will try to come along if I can. That's what I'm just gonna say.
Well, I mean, tomorrow it's Friday, so it's the weekend, and yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna sing that song. That song's terrible.
You sing that? I'm gonna throw my Sega Genesis at you.
You have a what?
First,
Yes, I have a Sega Genesis.
I may join tomorrow. Second,
Someone is calling.
sleep.
Anyway, I might as well end the stream here, then yeah. So I'm in G5, and that's MT150 and SP4449 Fan 1 with me. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and hopefully we can get out of the Twilight Zone in one piece.
Anyway,
Bye.
guys, happy Thursday.
Yes, happy Thursday, bye.
Tomorrow is Friday.
I'm gonna kick you in the... I'm seriously gonna throw my second chances at you if you keep that up.
You know you're still alive right now, right?
I know. I'm in a good mood like you.
Oh,
Sue me.
Anyways, guys, see you later.
Anyway, see you later.